Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 5 of the Great Maine Bird Quest. I think we're going to do this week's episode a little bit differently because I don't have any behind-the-scenes clips from the past couple weeks. All the little bird trips I've done have basically just been park the car, get out, look real quick, and get back in. So what I'm going to do is pop up the species I've photographed in the last 2 weeks and then take you along with me on today's little hike. So here are the species I've photographed in the last 2 weeks. So I'm pretty excited about the birds from the last 2 weeks. A couple of them, like the Virginia rail, I've never seen before. So especially with that one, I was pretty excited to get the pictures I got, even though I wish the light had been better. But considering they're a very secretive bird that hangs out basically buried in the grasses and sedges in marshes, I'm pretty happy I got that picture. I was actually surprised to get the scarlet tanager as well, because they're definitely treetop birds, so I was expecting to have to spend a lot of time trying to find and photograph one, but one happened to pop up when I was out a couple days ago. So, of course, I took that picture and just got to get a better one. That's one of the ones I'm actually hoping will pop up today, but I'm not sure. We'll see. Alright, so my goal for today is I'm hiking along this ridgeline, and I know there's a spot with a nice ledge overlooking a nice oak forest. And what I'm hoping to do there is photograph some treetop birds, because I have moved from the time of faraway water birds into the time of very high up treetop birds. So the way I like to try to get those birds is to find a nice little cliff that's kind of right about at treetop level and sit there for a while and see if any birds pop up. So that's what we're going to do today. We just also happen to be walking through a very pretty section of forest. So here are some of the sights from that. Also, in the last couple of weeks, the leaves have really exploded out, and now everything is that amazing color of springtime green. So that also makes me very happy, because it was a very long and dull winter. So it's really nice to see all these bright greens all over the landscape again. Could do without the hordes of black flies, though. Those I'm not a fan of. And they have been out like crazy. That's what head nets are for, I guess. Just got my first bird of the day. I got what I believe is a Nashville warbler. And I'm pretty sure I've never photographed one of those before, so...
It turns out I had actually photographed one a few days ago, but I was mistakenly calling it a Connecticut warbler until I looked closer at the images on my computer.
That's a pretty awesome sighting. Where did the trail go? Well, let's go this way. Yeah, he was singing at the top of a tree, so I managed to get a couple of okay shots. The lighting's a little bit harsh. When I left this morning, it was pretty cloudy, and I was hoping it would stay like slightly overcast, but of course, as soon as I got here, the blue skies came out, so I have to deal with some harsh light. But that's okay. Happens sometimes. Well, that wasn't anywhere near as productive as I was hoping. I didn't really get anything except a whole bunch of black fly bites on my hands. I did get a closer-up picture of a turkey vulture, and I saw a phoebe and a junco, but really none of the tree-topping birds I was hoping for. So, and of course now we have some really awesome kind of bright overcast conditions that would be real nice for bird photography. But heading back to my car now, and I'm going to see if anything pops up on the way back. So fingers crossed for that. Well, I'm almost back at my car, and this has not been a very interesting video bird-wise, I guess, so maybe what I'm gonna do is go out again tomorrow, and hopefully wherever I decide to go will be a little bit more productive than this, and you guys will get to see a little more Maine bird action. But I guess this is also a good look at some of the real side of bird photography, because sometimes you go out and you just get skunked. So, could be the time of day. It is kind of the middle of the day, which is not usually ideal. But I think I just didn't pick the greatest spot. So, oh well, can't win them all. Also, these black flies are crazy. But anyways, I guess I will see you in part 2. Today we're at one of my favorite birding spots, and I really wanted to do a hike, but every time I come here, I get distracted by all sorts of birds right around the parking lot, and today was no exception. I'm like 30 feet from my car right now. I could practically still see it, and I've already gotten a chestnut-sided warbler, and I hear an American redstart not too far away. And unfortunately, it's kind of close to sunset, so I kind of have to pick and decide whether I'm going to stay here and try to get the redstart or hike and check out some new areas. But either way, it's not a bad problem to have. So earlier today, I went out and just did a little birding around my neighborhood and got one of the birds I was most looking forward to in this challenge, the Blackburnian warbler. And the Blackburnian warbler has been a nemesis bird of mine since, I think, 2009. I was working in the Lake George area doing bird surveys, and they were all over the study area I was working in, and I tried to get pictures, but I never could. I got a whole ton of tiny little warblers at the top of a tree kind of pictures, but nothing that I ever wanted to show. And then this morning, I finally got a decent one. I wish it was more zoomed in, but considering my lens problems and the fact I don't have an 800mm lens, I'm pretty happy with the picture, so check it out. Alright, that redstart is not being cooperative, so we're going to continue on and see how much ground we can cover before it gets dark, and see if we can find any cool birds. Well, the black flies have disappeared, but man, the mosquitoes are getting brutal. Hence, all of the attractive outerwear. Well, I ran into a little bit of an unexpected snag there. The trail was super flooded, and even if I felt like taking my shoes off and wading through, I really don't want to do that because there were a whole ton of tadpoles swimming around in that pool. I'm guessing they're from leopard frogs because when I came here a few years ago, there were a ton of leopard frogs on that trail, so definitely don't want to go wading through that and squishing all those tadpoles. So there is one more trail that loops around, may or may not be open, so let's see. well, I think it is time to call it a day. I just got a very brief look at a magnolia warbler in this bog off to my left here.
Yep, it's me again. Turns out this one was actually a Canada warbler, not a magnolia warbler. I should really pay more attention when I'm IDing birds in the field.
And there was also something rather large crunching through some of the brush, and it sounded like it was eating, so I'm hoping it was just a moose rather than a bear or something that is a little less fun to run into in the woods. But yeah, it was a pretty cool day. This area is really pretty, and I always enjoy coming here. I just wish I could get out into that bog a little more. That would be really neat. So I think that is going to be about it for this video. The next one isn't going to be for a few weeks actually, because I'm going down to the Smoky Mountains. So if y'all are lucky, maybe you'll get a video or two from there. But anyways, that's it for this one. So thank you all for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're not already. And also consider heading over to my print store and buying some note cards or prints or something like that to support me and fund my lens repairs. And anyways, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video in a few weeks.